Get ready with me while I tell you the story of how I went to the Movement show on April 27, 2024 at the House of Blues in Las Vegas, and my encounter with an incredibly misogynistic and violent and drug-addicted, disrespectful white man that night. So, here are my trigger warnings, just so you know. This is something that I will these are some topics I will touch about in my story. I am not from Vegas. I came in from Utah so that I could see this show. I went with my partner, and I'm 29 years old. Like, I have been to so many concerts in my lifetime already, like 100. Okay, I know a lot about concert etiquette. I'm really big fan usually of general admission. I really enjoy it, and we went over to the show. We were very energized. We were a little worried about getting there late, but we ended up getting there early, which was weird because I interpreted like the 6:30 on my ticket as like, oh, that must be when the what is it called, the opening bands start. Well, they didn't start at that time, which was kind of a bummer because we got there at around 6:40, and the first opening band didn't come on until 7:40, maybe 7:30, and this was a band called Parish. But anyways, beside the fact, when I got there, we were a little rushed, and we went into our general admission area. There was like, we kind of went to the restroom, and then after the restroom we ended up going to the right side of the stage, like facing the stage, and we were probably like 3 rows of people back, and there was a group of people there, and they were it was like I guess a Latina female, but she was very white passing, who was dressed in this like black Dolls Kills dress. She was with her partner, who is the perpetrator in this story, this horrible man that I wish I had never met in my life. And then there was two pretty young looking girls in front of them. So the first couple, the original couple, so the main people in our story, woman A and man B, they were talking to these girls, but they appeared to be like mid-30s, I would say, and the girls looked really young. Okay, from first glance I thought those girls were like 18 years old. They did have bracelets that showed that maybe they could go get a drink at the bar, but they didn't. So I almost kind of thought like they're either barely 21 or they had a fake ID, because these girls don't look very old. And they were chit-chatting it up, and I'm, the show didn't start for like an hour, so in that hour I had a long time to really interpret and observe what was going on in front of me. So that guy was drinking a whole lot, and he was like getting smashed before the first people came on. I thought that was kind of weird. I was like, are you getting that hype for not even the main like show? Then you must really like alcohol. Like, you come to these things for that reason, right? And I wasn't drinking that night. I mean, I have nothing against drinking. I have nothing against people who drink, unless you're hurting others. But I went in, and I was with my partner the whole time. We basically stayed together the whole time. We didn't go to the restroom too much, and we didn't go to the bar or anything. So while we were standing around, I was observing that one of the really young looking girls ended up calling her boyfriend on FaceTime before the show started. And this guy who was shorter than me, and I'm 5'4", and he was white, and he had a really big long brown beard. He had brown hair. He had on a baseball cap and like a Movement shirt, and that's the main band we were going to see, right? And then he had like a hoodie tied around his waist. And that guy grabs her phone, the young girl who was FaceTiming with her Latino boyfriend, and he tells him, oh man, your girl, she's gonna have so much fun tonight, don't even worry about it. Like, you don't even have to worry, she's already having so much fun. And I was like, ew. Like, that gave me the ick, because I was like, these are strangers to you, and you're grabbing this girl's phone being like, your girl's gonna have a good time. I was like, that was kind of weird, right? Like, it was kind of intentionally I don't know, like he was trying to prove some sort of point to this guy. And if I was that girl's boyfriend, I would have told this girl, like, that guy's kind of creepy. You should probably not hang out with him. But I don't know. The girls had no radar for this guy being a bad guy. But he had a horrible vibe. His girlfriend was okay at the beginning, but we realized, both me and my partner realized very quickly that there were a lot of things that were bothering this girl, his partner, and she wasn't gonna say anything. Okay, so he left very early in that first hour to go to the bathroom and get more drinks. And he comes back with some dude, okay? And this is like a bald dude with glasses. And he's like, this is my friend that I just made from New York. And he's going to hang out with us up in this group. Like, he was like trying to build like a social group, which was annoying because if we already got in line and we're standing around for so long waiting, it's really annoying when people just kind of bring people up to be like, you know, it's just not good concert etiquette to say, like, you can come up with me. We're having this big old group of, you know, jolly people that have fun. And you're like, I'm here. Like, why are you just, like, getting in front of me? Like, the shows haven't started. There's no reason to be, like, all up in each other's faces, like, crowding each other. But, of course, he just kept bringing people. But he brought this dude back. And then he like, talks to the dude. And, mind you, my partner's next to me. And then the bearded guy is next to me. And he's telling this dude from New York, hey, do you like, did you see that girl with the blonde hair by the bathroom? And he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he said something like, no, I mean, like, do you like Coke? And the guy was like, what? He's like, do you want some Coke? I have some. I was doing some in the bathroom. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, this guy's, like, really drug addicted. The whole time that he was standing there, he always had something, like some sort of oral fixation that he had to have a beer in his mouth, someone else's beer in his mouth. He was drinking what looked like Jack and Coke the whole night, so it was, like, liquor. And then he had a vape that with nicotine, a vape with weed. He then proceeded to pull out a baggie of cocaine that I literally watched over the guy's shoulder. He pulled it out. He had a tiny little golden spoon, like, put some on there and started doing it in front of everyone, okay? And he was, like, offering it to this dude. He's like, but there's security right there, so if you want some, just let me know, because we can't let security see us do this. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, and again, like, I don't really care what people do as long as you're not hurting anyone. Like, go off, right? But I do think it was extremely privileged to just be doing something like that in front of everyone and that nobody would tell him anything. And, you know, thank goodness he did not offer the cocaine to these young girls. But my partner saw his partner look at him pretty badly. Like, she got kind of annoyed that he was doing that stuff. But she didn't tell him anything at all. So then later, like, at this point, that guy, the bearded guy, goes up to my partner and he's like, hey, can I stand in front of you? Because my girlfriend, she's pregnant. My boyfriend and I have a child. So he immediately was like, oh, really? Like, is it a boy or girl? And he was like, oh, I don't know yet. And then he goes to his partner and brags like, haha, this guy's so gullible. I just said that you were pregnant and he believed it. And the girl got a little pissed off about that for some reason, and she told him to apologize. So then he apologizes to my boyfriend and thinks that he's like a good person or something by saying, oh, I'm sorry, dude, I was just lying about that, just so you know. And he starts like grabbing my boyfriend's shoulder, acting all buddy, and that like severely pissed me off. I was just like, do not touch my partner. Like, I was like, I was so close to grabbing his arm and throwing it and being like, please leave us alone, dude. Like, the shows haven't even started and you're being way too much. And I didn't do it though, out of respect for my partner, that my partner was not having a problem with this guy, even though he did say that it bothered him. I wasn't about to be like causing an issue, right, just for no reason. Like I said, it was really early in the night, so it's not like we had anything crazy. Like, we weren't tired, hungry, irritable. So I was generally really patient by this point. So I didn't say anything, but I was getting bothered. And I think I told my partner, like, if you can avoid looking at them, because they had like a lot of crazy nonsense going on. The guy continued to do cocaine, continued to get drinks, continued to leave and come back with more people. And at some point, my boyfriend went to the bathroom at the same time that this guy went to the bathroom. And he said that, like, my boyfriend said he also made a friend with some dude, but he's like, that guy, you know, the bearded guy, he was over there chit-chatting with some girl and flirting with her really bad. And I was like, oh, that's so disrespectful. Like, these people are obviously in a long-term committed relationship and he's just disrespecting her, like, left and right. But I can understand that not everyone's relationships are traditional, nor is everyone's relationships monogamous. But this guy like was taking it so far, and I think that the girl had like issues with it, but she wouldn't say anything. She ended up pulling out her phone while she was in front of me, because he would leave for so long to like go do drugs and get more alcohol. So, and I saw her open up a text message to him, but she didn't say anything. When my partner took a really long time in the bathroom because there was this like really long line, I did text him like, "Are you good?" And he didn't answer because he just didn't see it. But like, I'm not gonna sit there, you know, like in an equal partnership, why would you feel the need to not say anything and sit there in mystery while your boyfriend, who you brought to a show that you were a bigger fan of, would like disappear on you? I don't know. Like, I was like, there's nothing with like wrong with asking, like communicating, "Are you good?" or "Where are you at?" You know, you getting held up somewhere. And yeah, my boyfriend came back and was like, that guy was like really flirting with this girl. And the same girl that he was flirting with, he brought back to be in front of us. It was like this more goth looking girl. And he was like super freaking flirty with her, getting all up in her face, like really close to her chest. Because again, this guy was short and this girl was short too. And she was younger and really pretty, okay? And he was like getting really close to her. Like, it again, there was not really that much loud music playing, right? Like, they had like the background music going, and nothing crazy was going on. So the fact that he was getting that close to that girl was like intentional, right? Like, oh, I just want to get in your personal space. And I was like, hold on, I'm making a video. So what was I gonna say?